guys, it's not cool and welcome back to another video. So today I'm deciding on doing a story time. So the story time that I'm going to be doing today is my experience at high school cheerleading tryouts. So no, I did not make the team. No, it was not because I didn't know how to cheer. It was because I didn't finish the days. I'll just explain. So, at the end of my 8th grade year, I decided that this upcoming year, my freshman year, I wanted to be a cheerleader with my best friend Ari, and we were gonna do cheerleading in the fall whenever it was cheerleading time, which we thought it was in the fall, and then because that's when the football games are, and we didn't know that the cheerleaders cheered on the wrestling team and the basketball team, and I think maybe the soccer team, but I know we did the football team. And so we didn't know that it was a year-long course, well, not course, but like a year-long activity. We thought it was just a fall activity because they do have those at my school. And so we were planning on doing swim in the winter because that's when the girls' winter swim is. What? That's when the girls' swim is. It's in winter, and then the boys is in fall. But so we planned on doing cheerleading in the fall and then swim in the winter. But yeah, so that was our plan, and so we didn't know anything that it was about time for. Well, so one of our teachers there was helping one of like the coaches up at the high school, and so we like talked to her and we were like pretty close with her, but she was on a different team than me and Ari were, because me and Ari were on the same team. So then we had one of Ari's friends talk to her about getting us in during lunch so we could talk and ask questions. And then my sister's friend also was in the cheerleading, and I was asking questions. I'm like, what do you have to do for tryouts, before we got any information. And then I found out that the cheerleading tryouts would be 4 days and then a Saturday. So actually no, it was 3 days and then a Saturday. So it was Wednesday, Tuesday, Thursday. No, it was 4 days. Wednesday, Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday. So 4 days. No. Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. 3 days. And then Saturday would be the 4th day. But Saturday you go and you perform to judges. So what you do is you learn all the jumps in the 3 days that you're there. And you learn a dance routine because they always have a dance routine. So you have to learn all the jumps, and then you have to learn a cheer and a dance routine. Me and Ari didn't know what was going to happen at all, and we were afraid because we aren't like that, like we can't do flips and we can't like do a lot of stuff like cheerleaders, but like we thought that it would be fun to do and stuff because like me and her are both pretty strong, so, and we're tall people, so we'd be one of like the lifters for when we do what is the word? I can't think of the word. It's like the like people towers. Like I don't remember what the word is. I used to know what it was. But then like a bunch of people were like, I want to be a flyer, and I'm just like, I don't really want to be a flyer. Like I'm fine holding people and stuff because like I don't want to be the one that's like thrown up because that's like scary. So I decided that we would go. So I kind of didn't like it the day that we had to, because it was February 5th. No, it was not February. It was April 5th that we went, and yeah, that's still early in the end of the school year for us to start doing it, but it makes sense because then you already plan out your schedule, and there's stuff where you go to like cheer camp in the summer. And one of the reasons why I'm not in cheerleading is because one of the summer camps, I was out of town, so I absolutely couldn't have gone, and that would have gotten me off the team even if I was on the team. So it really sucked though, because I really wanted to at first, and then I heard that like we had to go to cheer camp, and if we didn't go then we weren't on the team at all. And so they were like, so if you can't go, just don't waste our time. And I thought that was kind of rude. Plus, like, I know this is like so like stupid, but like if you think about it, like, well, you don't have to think about it, but like I was thinking about it, and it's so expensive to actually go to the camp and get all the equipment that you need, and like, cause you have to get the perfect shoes, you have to get like shorts, like pant liners, like skirt liners, because your skirts are like short. And so whenever you like put your legs up to do stuff and like the jumps, like you don't want to be showing your underwear. So you had to get these shorts. Then you had to like get bralettes, and then you had to get like the shirt, and then there's like sweatshirts and stuff, and then you have to buy the bag and the shoes, and then you have to like get everything, and you have to like make sure, and like all of that's pretty expensive. And they do this thing where you can like do like sales so that all of your stuff won't be as expensive, because you could sell stuff and then that counts for money going towards your equipment. And then so they kept talking about like there was like 5 girls last year who did this, and then they sold so much that they didn't have to pay any of their stuff out of their pocket. And I'm just like, I wish that could happen, but I'm not much of a seller, like at all. Like when they do school fundraisers, I'm usually not one to go and do it. Like my mom just takes it to work, and that's how I sell my things. So back to what I was saying, it was pretty cool, but I didn't really like the cheerleaders that they had, because they brought all like the fun ones, but a lot of them are like inappropriate. And I was thinking, is this really what the cheerleading at the high school is about? Because like if it is, I don't want to be a part of it. And then because like all they were doing was like twerking and dancing, and I'm just like, I thought you were cheerleaders. Like this is not a dance team. The dance team is down the hall. And I was just like, what are you guys doing? So like I understand doing a dance routine, but that was at the end, and so we did jumps. So we got in a line and stuff, and then there was a mat in front of us for people who were like showing us what to do. And so we were all just standing in like 6 lines of 5 people. 6 or 7 lines of 5 or 6 people. So that's a lot of girls. And so some were already experienced girls, and some were the ones trying out. So we had to learn all these jumps, and there was like so many, I don't remember any of them, because I only went for one of the days, because then I found out that I can't go. So also, the reason why the first day matters so much was because it was the day that I had my Panic at the Disco concert. And so I was like, dude, I'm going to be late, because there was this horrible rainstorm that like day-ish, and it was so dark, and I'm just like, oh my god, this is not going to end well. I'm going to end up missing the whole concert and causing my sister and my mom to miss the concert, and that was all just going through my head. So I wasn't really focused. Stupid trash truck. Sorry. I wasn't really focused on actually performing. I was more like, what time is it? What time is it? Does anybody know what time it is? And then right when they let us out, I bolted out the door with Ari, and then I was like, I'm gonna die. I was like, Ari, do you have a ride? She's like, yeah, go. And so I like ran into my car, and then we left, and yeah. But we made it to the concert fine. And then back to the jumps. So we all got in lines, like I said, and we had 2 people. Although, like, one thing that I don't like is that the coaches never really did any of the stuff. Like, they were just explaining to what to do. And I feel like a good coach would be doing it and showing you, not having their girls show you. Because, like, we know that the girls know how to do it, because when we were in 8th grade, we went to the football games and we watched them cheer. Duh. And then so, like, we know that the girls know how to do it, because if they didn't, they wouldn't be on the team. So, like, we know the girls know how to do it. And I guess, like, they're lighter, they're easier on their feet. Like, how does that change anything? And so, like, so we all got in rows, and they told us, like, what to do, and then we all had to, like, sit down and, like, put our legs how we had, like, say, when we jumped up in the air, if, like, we had to, like, sit crisscross in the air and then put our feet down, like, we would sit crisscross and say, this is how you should look when you're at the, like, up, and then you're about to come back down. So you up, cross your legs, and then you cross down and land. And you have to, like, do certain things with your arms. But, like, the arm stuff was so easy. It was just, like, you either go like this, or, you know, like, out, like that, or like that. And it's just, like, pretty much, like, mirroring everything. But our legs were the hard part, because you had to get up high enough, and then you had to stay up long enough that, like, your body could do whatever, say, like, these are my legs. Like, they could do whatever they needed to. So that part was hard, because, like, I don't really jump much. And so, like, jumping and, like, trying to keep myself up as high, and they told you, like, not to, like, squat and jump. Like, you have to bounce off your ankles and your feet to get yourself up, and that's hard if you don't ever do it. So, like, I was having a hard time. And then I was more focused on the jumping up part and less focused on, like, my, like, the way that my body is, like, I wasn't really focused on, like, getting my body in the shape that it needed to be for the jump. I was just more focused on getting my body up high enough and long enough for me to then do a jump. And I feel like if I did stay the 3 days and then do the tryouts, that it would be so much easier, and I'd probably make the team, but I didn't want to at that point. I was like, first I can't, because I'm out of town, and I don't like the cheerleaders here, and, like, I get, like, a lot of them were seniors, and they were all leaving still, like, they were going out of the high school because they were seniors, and so I was just like, why would you show us a bunch of seniors that aren't going to be on our cheer team? Like, shouldn't you introduce us to people that would be on our cheer team? Like, that didn't make any sense to me. And so I was pretty much, like, done with it at this point, and we still had, like, 2 to 3 hours left. Like, we were like, what are we going to do? Because we were there from, like, 3 o'clock to 6 o'clock. So, like, we had 3 hours. And, like, time was going so slow, and I was just like, I just want to be done with this. Like, I want to make a final decision to see if I want to come back tomorrow, and it was after school. It's like, I want to see if I want to come back tomorrow, and I don't really know. Now the trash truck is on my street. Are you kidding, bro? So I was, like, waiting and stuff, and I was like, when will the time be up? And so, like, a bunch of people have already decided, we don't want to do this, can we sit out? And they were all like, fine, go ahead, because they couldn't let us go, because they had to make sure that we had an adult plus, they couldn't leave to make sure we had an adult to come get us, or make sure that we're able to walk home, because, like, why would they be able to just leave class, like, leave the tryouts? I'm sorry if you can't hear me, but I'm just, like, done with this whole video, and I just want to get it out there so you guys know and stuff, because I have talked about it. I don't know if I talked about it on my channel, but I did talk about it on my broadcasts. So we were about done by this. So me and Ari were done by this point. So we were having fun watching all of, like, our friends that we knew, or not, like, really friends, but, like, everybody that we knew, like, go and do it, and, like, watching them, and they were so good. I'm like, I don't belong here. Like, you guys are, like, good and stuff, but, like, if I told them, they'd be like, you're just saying that, you're just blah, 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 like, not really taking it as a compliment, but, like, everybody there was, like, knew what they were doing. They had some sort of experience. So I was like, I only had experience when I was 7, and it was, like, baby, like, we were just cheering, no jumping, no dancing, no twerking, and so it was, like, nothing the same, and I was only there, like, when I was 7, so I don't remember it. Plus, I was with my sister, so I wasn't really paying attention. We were just, like, goofing around. And so, like, I barely had experience. And so, like, all these other people were like, I did it for my middle school, I did it for my elementary school, I do it outside of school. I'm just like, I did it when I was 7 with my sister, and I wasn't really paying attention to the instructor, and I got in trouble a lot. Like, instructor, because it wasn't really a coach, because we didn't go anywhere, because I was only 7. So, like, I was still little, but, like, my sister went places. And she did, like, things, but I don't know why she stopped. She still could have been a cheerleader. Oh, and then my sister, they did have cheerleading at my middle school in 7th and 8th grade, and my sister did it in 7th grade, and then, like, stopped in 8th grade. So I pretty much decided, me and Ari pretty much decided that we were done with this. So, like, we sat back and we were, like, waiting and stuff. And they told us that, like, when we first got there, they were like, take out all earrings, all jewelry, and turn off your phones, because if we hear a single phone, everybody's gonna have to do, like, 5 jumping jacks or 25 push-ups or something like that. And I thought it was crazy. Everybody's like, turn off your phone. Recording was terminated. I don't know why it just stopped, but yeah. So, I was like, okay, like, I'm gonna turn off my phone, because, like, I don't see the point for, like, having it on and causing everybody this, because they'll be like, whose phone is that? Yeah, I don't know. So, it was, like, an hour left when we sat out. They were learning the dance, and they were like, do you want to practice the dance a little bit? So they made us practice the dance a little bit, and they were like, see if you like it, get a feel for this upcoming school year, and yeah, so bye!